post this on YouTube when we're done, and that way then folks can come back and look at it if they want to. Um, yeah. What else do I need to have up here? Got that, I've got that. All right. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and get started. As people come, they'll just come on in and they can pick up wherever they stop in. So there you go. Um, I just want to thank you both for being here. I just appreciate your time. I know this is a Friday afternoon. The last thing you want to do is to be in on some sort of a silly webinar, but I appreciate you being here. I appreciate your time. So, welcome to the Ideal Client Blueprint. Clone your best buyers on demand. I am Susie Taylor. I'm so glad you're here. Today, we're going to unpack a simple, powerful method to help you stop chasing the wrong people and start attracting the ones who light you up and love to pay you. So, um, that's probably one of the most the biggest lesson that I've learned in the last few years since I started my business is I not only want to work with people who light me up, I want to work with people who love to pay me. So let's figure out how we can find those for you. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so that you can see the presentation that I just finished seconds ago. Um, So I know that you've heard tons of marketing messages out there that you have to post everywhere, be everywhere, um, post every day, post several times a day. But if you could actually do less and convert more just by getting laser focused, wouldn't that be better than just blanketing everything out there? Well, I'm a marketing strategist and a certified story brand guide, a copywriter, and a business owner. I've worked with dozens of small business owners, and I found that everything gets easier when you know who your ideal client is. So by the end of this session, you'll have a framework that will help you define, find, and connect with clients you want more of. Stick around until the end because I've got a little freebie to help you put this into action. All right. Hi, Erin. Thanks for being here. Um, all right. So let's move on to the next, maybe. There we go. There we go. So all about the whole idea behind identifying your ideal client is not only to find the people who you serve, but to weed out the people you don't serve. So, and that might seem a little counterintuitive, but uh, if if you are reaching out to everyone, you're basically reaching out to no one because your message doesn't attract any specific person or client. Your message doesn't resonate with people, and it just sort of goes over their heads. So, by identifying your ideal client, you you stop chasing after people and you start attracting, which means the people who you want to focus on start to notice you. It's very simple. Everything gets easier when you know who your client is. And we're going to go through and talk about an ideal framework, IDEAL framework that will help you determine that. So our first letter is I. We want to identify your client's goals and struggles. So why? What does that matter? Well, if you want to attract the right people, you need to know what makes them tick. What do they want? What's getting in their way? Your ideal client has a vision for something better, and they want more, whether it's more money or more peace, better health, more time, or simply a service that makes their life easier. I know my husband is a woodworker. His ideal clients are people who want to have beautiful beautiful art items in their home made from whiskey barrels. That's how simple the problem is. So, so you find out what they want and what's getting in their way, and so how do you find this out? How do you figure this out? Well, you talk to people, you talk to your last clients. Go and read the reviews of your competitors, any Facebook groups that you're in. Ask questions. What is it that you are looking for? And I'm going to say this a little tongue in cheek, but you can even eavesdrop a little if you've got conversations going on around you and people aren't very careful about what they say. You'll be able to understand a little bit more about what people want. So, what I want you to do right now is to think about the top three problems that your dream client has. Just think about the top three problems your dream client has. I'll give you just a few seconds to think about this. All right. Have you got a couple of problems there thought out? All right. Now this list can become marketing gold for you. If you know what someone's problem is, then you will invariably be able to figure out how to solve it. And that takes us to D, which is determine your value to your clients. That means what is it that you have or that you provide, a service that you offer that answers the question or the problem that your clients have. What are they looking for? Do you provide it? So this is where you shift from what do you do to what changes because of you. What changes, what transformation will your clients have because they are working with you? Now, a lot of times you can think about that your favorite person, that one person who you just absolutely loved working with. Think about what was it that you did that made their life easier? What helped them earn more? What gave them peace of mind? What was it about this client that you just loved? So think about that. Go back to your list of the problems that your clients have and think about what it is that you offer and what results they get. What do people thank you for? This is the transformation that people want when they hire someone. When they ask someone to provide a service for them. They've got this aspirational identity of who they want to be when the process is complete. And the service that you offer gives them that transformation, helps them become that person that they want to be. That's what your marketing should highlight. All right. So think about that ideal client, that one person who you just love to work with. What was it about them and about working with them that appealed to you? And what was it that you helped them solve? What did you help them do? So we go on to E. How do you find these folks? Well, you got to figure out where they hang out. A lot of people will hang out. You can either look online where they hang out online. People my age are most likely going to be on Facebook. People Kuljit's age probably are going to be on Instagram or TikTok. So depending on the age of the client or the type of client that you're looking for, figure out where they hang out. Where do they get their media? What kind of podcasts do they listen to? YouTube channels do they watch? What kind of newsletters do they follow? Where do they shop? Where do they spend their money? And then what kind of networking spaces do they go to? If they are business owners themselves, are they out networking somewhere? If they are members of a specific group of people, a church community, a local community center, a library area, a chamber of commerce, where are your clients hanging out? So figure out where they are online and offline. I think a lot of times in this era, we forget that people are right outside our door. I mean, I am so used to being on this computer all day long and communicating with people through little boxes that I forget that I've got people who live next door to me who I can get out and talk to. And so remember that you've got people around you. There are people around you who probably need your services just as much as that person 2 states over who you met this morning on LinkedIn. So remember to think about the people around you, the people in your neighborhoods as well. So think about you've thought about a couple of different things, different problems that your clients might have. You've thought about what makes someone fun to work with. What do they thank you for? What's the transformation they're looking for? So now think about some places where your client might be spending time or money. It's a good idea to not wing it. You want to figure out where people are, where your people are, where your tribe hangs out, and don't just assume that the people must be here. Ask in your groups, in your Facebook groups. Ask, are there any folks here who fit this type of demographic or psychographic? And you can, depending on the rules of that group, you might even be able to see if you could set up some time, not for a sales call or sales or anything, but simply to get information from this person. So before you do something like that, I would suggest that you talk to your group administrator just to let them know that you're doing research, trying to get information about the people who might be your ideal clients. Can you contact some folks individually? Um, there's also several AI opportunities out there. Perplexity is a wonderful AI tool to use for research. And the cool thing about Perplexity is it gives you the sources where it got its information. So you can go back to the source to see, is this really what I was looking for? So don't be afraid to use something like Perplexity or Claude or some other uh, resource that will give you some ideas. Number one, of questions to ask people, and number two, of where those folks might be hanging out. So you want to identify your clients. You want to define what it is that you offer them. Explore where they hang out, and A is attract them with targeted messaging. How many times have you gotten an email from someone that said, um, this is a service that I offer, and I've identified you as someone who might be interested in that service. And you look at the service that they offer, and you think, there is no way in a million years I would ever want to take advantage of this service. Well, that person obviously didn't target messaging specifically for you. And it's relatively easy to do that. Once you figure out who it is that you serve, what their problem is, where they spend their time and their money, then you have quite a bit of information on how to talk to them. So, and it's a way that when you do speak directly to your ideal client, that ideal client will think, man, She gets me. She understands where I am. He really knows me. He's talking to me. So, have you experienced that where you've read something from someone and you've thought, that person is talking directly to me? This message is specifically for me. Well, that person did a very good job of targeting their message to you and targeting what they wanted to say. You want to make sure that your message is clear and simple. Use their language, not yours, and focus on the result that they want. Now, clarity. Why is clarity so important? Well, a confused buyer never buys. And when you confuse, you lose. So if you start using your industrial lingo or your business types language or terminology, a lot of times you're going to lose people, and that's going to confuse them. One of the things we say in StoryBrand is our brains are designed for two things. One is to help us survive and thrive, and the other is to keep us from spending calories that we might need later when the barbarian horde comes down our street and starts to attack us. So when you start having to really think about, now wait, what is a landing page? I don't know what a landing page is, and what's a lead magnet? I don't get what that is. And they have to start thinking about what it is that you're saying. They're wasting calories on something that their brain might think that they need to spend elsewhere, and then they just check out. It's all part of that lizard brain, that what is it? The reticulated activating RTS, RAS. I can't remember exactly what it is. Reticular activating system, where it's what keeps you breathing. It's what keeps your heart beating. It's what keeps you safe. It's that voice in your head that says, I don't think I should get on that motorcycle without a helmet. It's that voice on your head that says, I'm pretty comfortable right here where I am. It may not be the best place in the world for me to be, but I don't know what it's going to be like if I go out there. So I'm just going to stay here because I know what to expect. So you need to talk to that part of someone's brain. Let them know that what you have will solve their problem in a clear, simple message in their language. So here's an idea, a simple example. So instead of saying we offer bookkeeping services, you can say we help overwhelmed business owners get back their time and peace of mind by handling their books. Yeah. Okay. Yes, I know I need someone to help me with my bookkeeping, but I'm not sure that it's going to be worth it for me to hand this all off to someone until someone comes and says, I know this is overwhelming. I can take this off your plate and let you get back to running your business. That makes sense. All right. So we've got identify, define, um, uh, find out where people hang out, and then the attract them with targeted messaging. Our L is listen and refine, rinse and repeat. Observe what happened when you used your specific message. Did you get the open rate that you wanted? Did the number of people who you had hoped would open your email, did they open it? If not, maybe you need a different subject line. Did they open your email, but they did not click on the link to go get your free thing? If not, maybe you need to reword the content of your email. And then analyze patterns, look for trends. Um, some things may resonate with your ideal client a lot better than others, and you'll be able to see as you go back and look at the emails that you've sent, the special free offers that you've presented, who took advantage of those, who clicked through and said and opted in and said yes, that gave you their name and email to say yes, I want this. And then just look at the patterns. Were the people who did that the people you thought were your ideal clients, or were they another group of people who you didn't think was your ideal client? That will give you a couple of big insights. Are you serving who you really think you are, or is your message not speaking to the people you want to talk to and you're speaking to somebody totally different? So listen and refine. Uh, as you go through and you analyze patterns and you see what's happening, you can adjust things. You can uh, improve something. Get closer to what it is that they want. It might be that people don't want you to contact them on Facebook, but they'd rather have you to contact them on LinkedIn. Those are things that you're going to notice as you run any sort of a social media or email campaign to present or offer your services. Those are the things you're going to notice. And then you go back and you adjust what you did, rinse and repeat. Just listen and refine. All right. So here's your blueprint. This is your ideal blueprint. Identify your client's goals and struggles. Determine your value to them, what it is that you offer that supports and helps your client. Explore where they hang out, where they spend their time, where they spend their money. Attract them with targeted messaging, and then listen and refine. So you don't need to market to everybody. You just need to market to the right people. The right people. So here are some next steps for you. I've got a workbook that you can download. I will be sending it either through LinkedIn or through email. I'll be sending this workbook out to you as well. So let me find out here. Here. Come on. You should be able to see the workbook there. I will put the link in the chat here. And then what happens is when you get there, you make a copy of it. You will not have editing capabilities, but you can make a copy of it and then save it to your own Google Drive. I'll be sending the PDF version of it out tomorrow as well. What is so the next thing? Go through and complete each section, and it's some pretty basic stuff. There's demographics, the age, gender of the people that you want to focus on. There's psychographics. A lot of times we work best with people who hold the same values that we do. So identify what some of those non-negotiables are for you. You don't want to work with someone who does whatever. Um, Identify that. Make sure that you know that going into things. Um, and then what do you do when it's done? What do you do when you've completed this workbook? All right, you've done this thing, big deal. Well, that's when it's time to come back and let's just sit back and go through it. Let's talk about it, help you identify your ideal client, figure out maybe what a good message would be for your people. And that's something that we do for free. If I can get it to go to the next slide there. You can schedule some time with me at app.simplymeet.me/Susie. I will send this link out also. along with the workbook link. Um, and uh, and we'll just spend some time talking about what you thought of the workbook, what it helped you see, what did you notice, what were some trends that you saw. Um, there, it helps to talk with somebody else about this. Now, I'm not saying that you have to talk to me. You certainly probably know other marketing folks out there who can help you with that. I would really like the opportunity though to get to know you a little bit better. So if you would schedule some time with me, that would be wonderful. Another alternative is here. We'll go here. I've got a Facebook group called Your Biz Marketing Hub. I'll send you the link to join this as well. And this is a community that I hope will become a place for us to ask questions and answer questions. Not just me, but we all have great experience with what we've done with our businesses, with our lives and our careers. We all have expertise that we can offer to other members of the group. And so I really am hoping that this group becomes a place for folks like us who are just looking for a quick answer. This is my problem. What do I do? And then there'll be a group of people there who can say, I faced that same problem. This is what I did. These are some other ways to stay in touch with me. I will include all of this information in the email that I send out tomorrow. So tomorrow you'll be getting an email or a LinkedIn message from me that first of all, thank you so much for being here on a Friday afternoon. I tried to go fast so that you weren't here for 500 hours. Um, oh, I also just realized my eyes are showing. So I'm sorry. I'm a child. I'm a child. I love smiling and I love looking at my googly eyes. And I was supposed to turn them around so that I looked professional, but obviously I am not. So there you go. So you will receive a message from me, an email from me that has the workbook, either a link to it or it attached. You will have a link to the Facebook group, My Biz Marketing Hub. You will have a link to schedule some time with me so we can talk about your workbook, the answers that you came up with in your workbook, and how that helped. And did you find anything? Was there anything unusual that you noticed as you filled out the workbook? And then any other ways to get in touch with me, that will all be part of the email that I send out tomorrow. So, um, this is a time for questions. If anyone has any questions at all or comments, I would love to hear them. Feedback for me on how I could have done this better would be very much appreciated.
No, this is great. I wasn't exactly sure what I was gonna expect. I'm an insurance broker, so it's a little harder for me to sort of think of, I'm not really selling a product. I am, but more of a
Right.
service, I guess.
Mhm.
I've been in insurance for a long
Do you
time,
deal
but I
mostly with individuals or businesses?
business, I do commercial insurance, yeah.
Okay, okay. It might be worthwhile to see what kind of businesses do you enjoy working with the best?
Yeah. Yeah,
What
that
kind of,
that was good, like ideal
yeah,
clients, yeah, for sure, like
yeah.
write them down. I've sort of have my idea of who I sort of want to target. But yeah, I think writing it down and really like thinking about their problems and how I can help them is, yeah, for sure, a
Awesome.
way to look at it.
Well, I'm so glad that you came. You said it was your cousin?
Hmm.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank her for me. I'm connected to her on LinkedIn, so I will thank her
Yeah.
for sending me her
Mhm.
too as well. Wonderful.
No, thank you, Susie. Sorry that I was in the car, got stuck.
Oh
So,
no, you are fine. You are fine. Not that this is like War and Peace, but this video will be up on YouTube. So if you feel like you missed anything, you'll always be able to go. That's another thing. You'll have the link to this on YouTube. That's another thing that I'll send out tomorrow. So if there's nothing else, thank you so much for spending some time with me. I tried to make it as painless as possible for Friday afternoon. I so appreciate your time, and I look forward to talking with you both, or talking with all of you at some point in the future. And if you've got questions or need anything, feel free to contact me. I'd really appreciate the time
Thank you,
and the
Susie.
chance to get to know
We'll be
you
in
better.
touch.
Yeah.
All right,
Thanks,
thank you so
Susie.
much.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye.